they hate Roy Moore. That's why they're doing this. They don't know the facts any better than you and I do. We know nothing except what the Washington Post wrote. That's it. There's no way to adjudicate this. There's no way to resolve it. The timing stinks. We all know it. This report is clearly partisan. Even if it's accurate, it's partisan. For the very reasons I stated. According to campaign reports, none of the women has donated to or worked for Moore's Democratic opponent, Doug Jones. Okay, it must not be political. Or his rivals in the Republican primary. Okay, then they don't have an axe to grind against him. That's what they're trying to point out. Including Senator Luther Strange, whom he defeated this fall in the runoff election. Okay. Korfman, 53, who works as a customer service representative at a payday loan business, says she's voted for Republicans in the past 3 presidential elections, including Donald Trump in 2016. So, what the reporters are saying, not only are they apolitical, but it's even more. The main accuser, the 53-year-old, who didn't want to come forward, but the Post found out about her and the others because they heard about it. She's a Republican who supported Trump, so they're all, no axe to grind. And then we learned from a local report that another woman, in fact, is an activist Democrat. And the information's on her Facebook site. She's got photos on her Facebook site. She's with former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden. And she said on Facebook she provided interpretation for an event involving the Vice President in 2012. Photos showing Gibson with Clinton and Biden began circulating on social media shortly after the Moore piece was published. Well, why didn't the Washington Post find it? How is it that average citizens, all of us, go online, can find it? But the Washington Post, 3 reporters, a research staff, a billion-dollar company, they couldn't find anything. They found nothing. They found it. They concealed it. They concealed it. And why did they do that? Why did they conceal it? Why not put all the facts out? This is why people are having difficulty with this and struggling with this. This is why people are watching the conga line of Republican establishment type, not solely, but others. There are others. But for the most part, they're watching the Republican establishment. They're watching them one after another, say almost exactly the same thing. Roy Moore is enormously unpopular with the Republican establishment. They want him to lose. They can't stand the guy, even if it means losing the Senate. They don't want a guy in there that they have to deal with like this. Let's be honest. Whether you think he's a quack, whether you think he's the smartest guy ever, whether you think this, doesn't matter. They don't want him. And this newspaper was fed the story. And I told you last night, there's many stories in this story. And one of the big stories that we're not going to know, apparently, is who gave it to him. I don't mean the name of the individual, as I said last night. What group, what Oppo research group, what consultant, what campaign operative gave them this information? Look at it this way. If these 3 reporters are so blind and deaf and dumb that they couldn't find in public social media Ms. Gibson's connection to one Democrat after another, how the hell were they going to find out 38 years ago the names of 4 women who didn't know each other and never came forward before in their lives? How could these same reporters who somehow missed, overlooked what's on the internet, what's on Facebook, of one of the women, all they had to do is look. Somehow they missed that, yet they heard about these women, and they go to great lengths to look at the campaign reports, and none of the women were involved in the Republican primary. None of them have worked for Moore's Democrat opponent, and in fact, Ms. Korfman is a Republican who supports Trump. What about Ms. Gibson? Oh, we didn't find anything about her. How so? It's all over the place. Trust me when I tell you my analysis of this, and that's what it is. It's just an analysis of what's been dropped in our laps before this election as a nation. Won't be heard anywhere else, and it doesn't matter. This audience is large enough. What will happen is the groupthink, whether it's the establishment Republicans or others who earnestly are having difficulty with this, as we all are, or the left, but the media in particular, guys like me they despise. They hate guys like me. Because I just don't accept the narrative. When everybody goes that way, I'm thinking I should go the other way.